Good afternoon. My name is Thomas Mish, for those whom I've not had the pleasure of meeting today, headmaster at St. Thomas Academy, and it's my pleasure to welcome our students, faculty, and staff, and distinguished guests all to the dedication of the Vincent J. Flynn Hall, a dream come true. Please help me first in recognizing Lisa Flynn. And Larry Holtz, who co-chaired the Defining Moment campaign with Vince. The 19th century was witness to our founding and the vision of John Ireland, the one he had for our school. In the 20th century, the Academy grew stronger, established its independence, and it continued Ireland's vision. Now, in the 21st century, guided by that vision, today is another seminal moment in the history of the school. For today we dedicate this magnificent facility and all of its resources to the mission of St. Thomas Academy, to its use by a committed faculty and staff, and to the education and development of our students, present and future. Flynn Hall also stands as a symbol of St. Thomas Academy in the 21st century. We are grateful to our benefactors who are helping us move the school forward for yet another century of dedication to that original mission and to the education of young men. It is now my pleasure to introduce the chairman of the Board of Trustees of St. Thomas Academy, Mr. James Kohler, class of 1980.
Thank you, Dr. Mish, and good afternoon. I want to thank all of you for coming out today to celebrate the dedication of Vincent J. Flynn Hall, our new 96,000 square foot student activity center. I'm also privileged and honored to be standing before you today with the people most important in Vince's life, Lisa, Dane, Ingrid, and Anna, and parents Terry and Kathy, and the entire Flynn family, as we celebrate the dedication of this building in Vince's name. We want to thank all of you, especially Lisa, for your profound influence on today. I'm sure you'd probably agree that Vince is likely looking down and smiling and saying in his own way, "It's about time we got this done," or some expanded version of that. Like his love for his family, this project was another of Vince's passionate journeys, and Vince was absolutely determined to see this building through to completion. He was deeply involved in all areas, from vision to design changes, groundbreaking, and ultimately the path to opening. All this, along with his tireless dedication to the campaign in the most difficult of times. He inspired many to give and inspired his fellow board members to make the decisions necessary to move ahead. It was important to Vince that this building truly be a student activity center in every sense, so much that he had great input and direction in how we could combine what was originally two separate phases into one all-inclusive structure. One building housing not just facilities and training facilities for the athletics that Vince loved, but the much-needed space for the entire student body. All students, all athletics, and all activities have a home here, including band, choir, and additional classrooms and science renovations, as well as a remodeled girls' locker room for our visitation friends. Vince had a great many gifts that endeared so many to him, one being his ability to really unite people. Whether early childhood friends, high school buddies, college friends, and those that he met along the way, and his many fans, Vince never let anyone go, and always had room in his circles for them. If you were a friend of Vince from whatever aspect of his life, that's all that mattered. You felt included, with that big smile and booming voice, always greeting you and introducing you to others around him. He had a huge heart for his friends, STA, and many other causes, but always with the biggest space in that heart reserved for Lisa, Dane, Ingrid, and Anna, along with the rest of the Flynn family. As I think about and walk through this magnificent building, I'm struck by how much it truly bears a great reflection of Vince. Like Vince, this structure will unite people from all generations, past, present, and future, with one common bond, a true belief and love for STA, just as Vince had. Whether alumni, faculty, parents, grandparents, friends, and future students, this hall has a place and a space for everybody. The entrance itself is very warm and welcoming, just like Vince's endearing smile to greet everyone. And once inside, every STA student now and in the future will have forever a sense of place and belonging in Vincent J. Flynn Hall. This hall unites our community just as Vince united all of us. And today we celebrate the official dedication. There is no more fitting name for this place that gathers us as Vincent J. Flynn Hall. Vince also had just one wish for naming, but not how you would think. His only wish was to see the competition arena named the Schoberg Flynn Arena, not for himself, but for two individuals and coaches who have made their mark on STA that he admired immensely. His father, Terry, and Mike Schoberg. We have done that just as Vince asked. But true to who Vince was and all that he stood for, but never looking for a spotlight, today's dedication in his name was never a part of Vince's vision. But that was Vince. But from those who gave most generously alongside him, knowing what this building does for STA and what it stands for, it is their wish, along with the STA community, that this great building be dedicated and named Vincent J. Flynn Hall. I hope that all who enter this building and see his name will come to know more than just who Vince was, but also what Vince did to make this place so great. I'd like to now turn to Rick Anderson, current Vice Chair of the Board of Trustees and former Chairman of the Board of Trustees from 2009 and 2013 to come forward. Rick?
Thank you, Jim, and good afternoon. I'm honored to be here today as we dedicate our new Student Activity Center and do so in the name of a special person who means so much to St. Thomas Academy and to whom our presence here today, standing in front of this glorious new building, owes so much. Having been present at the very first planning meetings when the Board of Trustees conceived of a campaign that included new facilities, before the campaign had a name, before we had raised $1, I can tell you that standing here is in every sense a dream come true. And it is a dream of many. The faculty, the administration, our benefactors, our alumni and friends, the volunteers and leaders of our Defining Moment campaign at all of its stages over many years. And most importantly of all, this was a dream for the cadets of STA. Back when we hoped to one day have a building like this on our campus, it was anything but certain that we would achieve it. Our journey to today began with hopes, and along the way there was a lot of hard work, leadership, generosity. But also along the way, there was something very special that happened, something that I think had the most to do with turning our dream to reality. I remember sitting with Vince when we asked him to lead this all-important phase of our campaign. This was the phase that would determine if we built something, what we could build, how we would raise the funds to do it, and when we were going to be able to do it. We knew Vince was very busy and weren't sure if he would have the time. With no hesitation, with zero doubt, Vince said, yes, of course I'll do it. And I've also not forgotten what he then said. He said, guys, we need to get this done. I think I know how to do it. This is for the STA boys. They deserve it. I can't possibly explain the many things Vince did to get us to today, and there are so many. From the nuts and bolts of shaping the plans for the building to creating the strategy for achieving our fundraising goals in the face of challenging economic headwinds, to giving so generously of his time and energy to ensure the success of the entire plan. Through all of it, Vince's love for St. Thomas Academy, his belief in what it stands for, his pride in the values and lessons that he learned here, shone through contagiously, inspired so much generosity in our community, and united us. In very important ways, we are here today with the success of this important phase now behind us because of Vince. Jim has explained eloquently what this building means to the STA community at so many levels. It's a place for all, a space that unites us. I'll add that when I look at this building, or I'm standing in it, as it proudly bears the name of Vincent J. Flynn Hall, it will always remind me, and I might hope that it reminds all who enter it, of our values as an institution, of the special type of leadership and values that STA stands for. Selflessness, concern and respect for others, the sense of heritage and stewardship that perpetuates those values, inspiration from family, from faith, from the unique education our cadets receive. And it will remind us, I hope, that the man whose name the building bears fully lived and breathed those things and helped lead us to our dreams coming true. Thank you, Vince, and thanks to all of you. Father O'Brien.
On April 24th, 2012, another 100 feet over here, we broke ground for Flynn Hall, and we did so in a symbolic way. We had 6 representative students representing each of the grades at St. Thomas Academy turn the shovels of dirt to begin the project of construction. Today, as we bless this building, it seems fitting also that we bring students back representing each of the 6 grades, 7th through 12th grade, and that we bring also representatives of the disciplines that are taught at St. Thomas Academy, faculty members, to also bless the building, because this Flynn Hall, truly is a building for students, faculty, and staff. They'll be assisted by Father O'Brien.
Thank you, Dr. Mish. Let us ask our loving God to bless this new building and all who will make use of it for many years to come. God and protector of us all, we ask your blessing upon Vincent J. Flynn Hall. We sing your praises this day without ceasing. You rule over all things with wonderful order. You fill the world with beauty, and you give children, your children, the freedom and ability to create beauty, especially art and music, all to your glory. And you temper the cares and burdens of our toil, and by giving us rest and healthy recreation, you refresh our weary bodies and minds. And so now we pray. I invite you, faculty members and student representatives, to extend your right hands in blessing. Loving God, bless this hall. May it always be a home of truth and wisdom, of healthy competition, and the refreshing pursuit of all that is fair and beautiful, a place of faith and goodwill toward all. Through the prayers of St. Thomas Aquinas, may all the activities that take place in this hall, academic, athletic, and social, build up your kingdom of justice, light, and peace. May these activities lead our students, faculty, and guests to true fitness, elasticity of mind, expansiveness of heart, and buoyancy of spirit, that they may bring credit to your academy and glory to your name. And so we bless Vincent J. Flynn Hall this day, the 4th day of October, in the year of grace 2013. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
That concludes our ceremony.